Now, the migrant workers' long march to their natives is riddled with hardships and misery. But the country's top court has expressed its utter helplessness in providing any solution to the problem. The Supreme Court has dismissed a petition which has sought directions to the centre on the migrant crisis. A report on that.
Images of migrant workers walking home are horrifying, and a plea was filed in the Supreme Court to provide some succour to them. The Supreme Court has dismissed the petition that sought court's intervention to issue orders to central government to provide shelter, food and free transportation to stranded workers. A bench of Justices L. Nageshwara Rao, Sanjay Kaul and B.R. Gavai ruled it was impossible for anyone to stop this march of migrant workers. The Supreme Court held how one does stop people who want to keep walking. Apex Court also asked, can anyone go and stop them, and said it was impossible for anyone to stop these migrant workers. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, representing the central government, informed the court that arrangements have been made for migrant workers to travel back home, but some don't want to wait and are walking back on foot. The government lawyer Solicitor General Tushar Mehta argued that migrant workers must have the patience to wait for their turn. Subject to the agreement between states, everybody will get a chance to travel. Using force on them can be counterproductive. When the petitioner lawyer Alka Alok Srivatsava pointed out that 16 migrant workers were killed after being run over by a train in Aurangabad last week, the court made the following observations. The Supreme Court observed that no one can stop killing of migrant workers if they sleep on railway tracks. The Apex Court also pulled up the petitioner's lawyer, stating that his petition was completely based on newspaper reports. The Supreme Court pulled up the petitioner, stating that his knowledge was totally based on newspaper clippings and he wants the court to decide. The court said, let the state decide. Why should this court decide or hear? Migrant workers are stuck in different parts of the country and many are unable to afford the cost of travel. Even though trains have begun services for them, bookings can only be done online, which may or may not be comfortable with these migrant workers. A Newsline report.